Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Again, I want to thank everybody who participated last night in the live stream. It was so fun. The commenting, the dialogue was really great. It was fantastic. Thank you so much. So, yeah, my last video I did, why are you attractive to your crush? So I wanted to follow that up with a, how do I attract my crush? Because it's funny how every little thing is individual, what's attracted to somebody, right? There's passion really, or there's not a lot. You know what I mean? There's that kind that just is, stops you in your tracks, or it slowly builds. There's all kinds of attractors as well. Some people are very much in the physical realm where they like a certain type of build, they like a certain type of face, hair, whatever. Some people are very olfactory, they love smells. If they can smell your shampoo, that's a very strong attractor that we don't give enough credit to. Definitely your natural scent as well. That's a primal stage where you simply, it is what it is. It's in your chemistry. It is a strong component to what we find attractive. Another one is movement, carriage, confidence, speech. Voices are a very big thing for me. If it's low and very melodic on the ear, and especially with an accent, I find it very beautiful and attractive. Most people tend to veer away from very high pitches or things that fall roughly on the ear, like cackling and or shrieking. That's not usually joyful nor seductive. It's more like a handful of tacks, and you want to avoid that. Yeah, it's not, and that's not making fun of anybody if they have an insane laugh. It just is what it is. Some of my friends have really crazy laughs, and I love them to the millionth degree, but it's just hilarious. Yeah, and it's those things, you know, just thinking of that first kiss, the way you'd feel when you first kissed him, like fire in your bones and your soul's return to the water, and every part of you came from a dead star and is alive again, like Nikita Gill says. All those things, right? So why you are attractive to your crush, and we're going to do this in a two-parter. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to have a 2-card pick because I like that I can put a little more cards with each and give a little more extensive, especially when we're talking about the attraction realm, because it's almost like something you can never even scientifically gauge. It's all energetic. It's all such tiny little components and stuff. And have you ever just thought somebody is the coolest in the bee's knees one day and they do one thing and you're instantly turned off? Isn't it funny? Usually that tends to be, studies find when somebody shows that they are unkind or selfish after not displaying those traits, you know what I mean? Where they seem, some people put on a facade of kindness to win over people's favor, and then their true nature comes out when they feel like they're not being observed. And usually that's what tends to turn someone south after they were attracted to, is if you're unkind or selfish. Like, you know, you see it in all those mean girl movies where they seem all cloyingly sweet and like they would do anything to help you, but that's just to get their way. And then when they don't get their way, you see their true nature, and they are usually pretty self-involved and obnoxious. So it is what it is if you're going to be a tool. So number 1 is going to be the Bobcat spirit, that life is a mystery. It certainly is, right? And we have so many mysteries involved with attraction to the opposite sex that it's absurd. And the Wombat spirit, again, I love that. Be at home. So we have look at his little crown. Oh, hello, sis. So Bobcat's number 1 and Wombat's number 2. Yeah, most people are like, yeah, I'm a Wombat, man. That's my spirit animal for sure. I like to be at home in my Wombat cave with my Wombat chips and my Wombat films. Like, what the hell? I want to go to Australia and just watch wombats like saunter around and see what they get up to. I bet they have really weird idiosyncratic behaviors, right? Like, just what a name. Who named that animal? Do you know what that animal should be? A wombat. Like wom, half woman, half bat. Wombat. What the hell? It's so funny. Okay. So 1 and 2. Basically, how do I attract my crush? So it's going to be little hints, pointers, and things that you may already do. So let's go to 1 first with your Bobcat spirit. And then we're going to pull an animal card too at the end for you as well. Ooh, the Magician. We had this in the last one too. It came up. So, yeah, you're going to employ a whole... This is crazy. I am not kidding you. I just shuffled the living hell out of these. This has to be running in tandem with something, because I'm not kidding. This card came up, this card came up, this card came up in the other readings. Not all together with that, but very similar. So let's move these down and see what we got here. We have the Magician. We have the Three of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So yeah, that's about defending something. Okay. So let me have a look at this. So how you're attracting your crush. Okay, again, some knowledge. They like when you have knowledge and you're sharing knowledge and things that other people don't, like the esoteric, like tarot cards, like spirituality, like energy and manifestation. You discussing that with others, it's a very magnetic component to bring up in a conversation. People are always interested in how to attract what they want. They just are, but they don't know the nature sometimes of energy and manifesting, and the facts that people have blockages, and when it's all energy and chakras, and when they're cleared, how things actually flow to them. So people find this fascinating, and it actually garners interest. And I believe a lot of you have some of that knowledge, and you're watching it right now and you're learning about it. Especially if you listen to like James Van Pra, and I speak of it almost in everything, because it's part of my whole understanding of the universe and how my guides connect with me. Is I have to have clearance of energy and be able to focus, because like I said before, there are gatekeepers that have your guides speak to you, and it comes in a very swift ticker tape, just information, and it's logged, and it doesn't end and it doesn't pause. So I filter it and I go through it as quickly as I can. Like right now, I'm just hearing you stand up for yourself, and I'm hearing hundreds of other words, but I have to be able to collect them, decipher them, and deliver them in a message that you can understand with, you know, some clarity to it. So basically what I'm hearing is that you have knowledge of these things, and they are fascinated and interested in what you have to say. I feel you're also a very clear and concise speaker. You don't cover your mouth when you talk, you don't mumble, you don't use tons of ums, ahs, and likes, which are, they're heavy detractors in the English language, and they make it hard to sometimes hold your focus. You ever hear like the Kardashians talk? That's every other word they say is like and it's like they're not very clear, succinct speakers, and you know, they're not orators by any mean, and it's distracting. So you make clear messages, and they find that very confident and beautiful in you. Also that you make plans, you talk about your future plans, you have ideas, ideals, and a format to reach that, and they find that very mature and interesting, because I feel like your crush sometimes can be a little dreamy, this group, a little dreamy, a little out there. So they like people that are focused, like Virgos are extremely focused, Libras are very focused. Yeah, they have that that energy that is earthy. Capricorns beyond our focus. They have a game plan, and they're very adult and formulaic about it, and they find that impressive about you too, and they think it's very hot. And then the next one, it was funny with the other one, it was the same thing, the Three of Hordes. Three of Hordes. You have hordes and hordes of swords. Yeah, the Three of Swords. Now you have some past heartache and grief, and it makes you have a sort of ethereal, whimsical way about you, because you have a delicacy that they want to protect you with. It's very cute. Like, yeah, you have something, that a slightly damaged heart, and it makes you approach other people very beautifully with a great understanding what damage can feel like, so you don't want to inflict that, which is lovely. That comes through very strongly, that you are very aware of what it feels like, and you would not want to inflict that on others. I love that. And also that you stand your ground. That attracts your crush like gangbusters. If you have a theory or an understanding of something, and some just dull-witted fool always wants to just be the center of attention. They don't have facts or knowledge. They just talk to talk. You know those people, right? High irritation factors, and they actually can make people that are very logical, sensical, spin out, because they make no sense, and it's very narcissistic. They just want to speak to be heard and challenge anybody just to be heard, and just talk out their rear ends, basically. And you just shut them down, like, listen, unless you have a point to make, please go elsewhere. Because we know those people, other people know those people. The truth is the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? People's see that for what it is, and you can shut that down, and you know your boundaries, and you set firm boundaries, and it's very attractive to your crush. Because where some people they have beliefs, but they cave when they feel like they're outnumbered by others. You should never cave on your ideals. Always stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? It's very respected. And if you're a people pleaser and you just go with the crowd, you become a lamb. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. You want to become the seahorse for sure. You're going to watch and wait. They're now going to approach you if you do a few simple steps in your manifestation, okay? And I talked about this earlier, that healing has to be part of that prospect, especially if you did have this prior heartache in here right there. If you have any of that, and that becomes your main dominion or focus, what we're manifesting is our main dominant thought. So you don't want heartache to be that. You want it to be an open heart to new experiences. Then you just watch and wait, and they come to you, because you're understanding the formula of energy equals dominant thought equals arrival of that actuality. That's amazing. I picture you guys grasping this. I picture you just being your authentic self and attracting them. And that is fantastic, you guys. Yay! I love that. Woohoo! So, that is you guys. Fantastic. Now, if you're tuning out, don't forget to like and press subscribe, because we got all good things. We're manifesting the hell out of everything here. There's no room for any more garbagio or any half measures. No way. We're going straight for the gold here. We're going for king level, emperor level stuff. No more of that other squeamish bullshit. No. Come on, next we have Wombat. Get it? Half woman, half bat. That just cracks me up, Wombat. Oh, and don't forget to, my links are below. If you need private reads, all my information are there. What do we got here? Yeah, that message in that last one wanted to come back very strong. They were almost the exact cards to a prior read. So I feel like, yeah, it's a similar group where they're trying to reiterate those things. Oh, the devil came up in one before too, and Queen of Cups. Okay, so wow, we have the moon and the devil and the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords. Okay. This I read, you're going away from bad habits, and you're having healthier habits and behaviors, and that is attractive. So don't let that frighten you. Yeah, that comes through very clearly, that you maybe were an ex-smoker, imbibed in something a little too much, and you were chained to a certain way of, a certain type of person that wasn't good for you. Like either the more bad boy or the people that would put you down a little bit, like you felt like you almost had to prove yourself to them, and you liked that. It was a weird reverse psychology that if somebody used negative reinforcement to you, you thought you always had to prove yourself, and you got stuck in that cycle, and you have now snapped out of that and moved away from it. Yeah, domineering a-hole types that want to act like they're superior, and you feel like you're constantly trying to live up to their ideal. It is a usually it's a sociopath or a narcissist that sets this precedent and tries to have people just basically become their minions. It's a very, very berserko behavior, but there are a lot of them out there, and you've broken that cycle, which is fantastic. Now, what your crush finds attractive of you now, too, if you wear that to work, they'll be digging it. If you wear that to work, they'll be digging it. No, they see you as very elegant and in your carriage, in your behaviors, and how you deal with others. You are kind and fair, and you don't tend to show jealousy or pettiness, which is lovely. Like, you just rise above that garbage. You realize it for what it is. You know, you realize that you are a major manifester, as well as somebody who can produce good work. You value yourself. You are balanced. You're erudite, you know what's going on. You also, again, you believe in the esoteric, and you are enlightened a great deal with how things work in the world, that you understand karma. You understand karmic connections. You understand there's way leagues beyond physical looks. And what seems to be, you realize that there are very many hidden layers in lots of people, and that people can act and react differently in different scenarios. And they are starting to understand that as well, and they're seeing these gifts that you have of insight and emotional intelligence, and they find that very attractive, because there's a ton of people with this, I just call it cash and carry, quick fix society where everybody can have anything at their fingertips. People just act like they're completely jaded by, oh well, that's okay, but I have this, and braggarts and all those things. That doesn't really faze people of quality anymore. You know what? Nobody really wants to hear what you bought or what you've acquired or what you owned if it is just for the dollar amount of it. You know what I mean? If you have a lovely piece of art, that's one thing. You know what I mean? If you just have a Ferrari, who gives a flying shit because you can afford it? You know what I mean? People that go on and on about that. You see people that come in new money and they just acquire all these quick cars, and then they get repoed. They do crazy things. Like Nicolas Cage had castles at one point. He just went berserko. It's just one of those things of acquiring for acquiring's sakes. You prefer quality over quantity, and that is very apparent to a lot of people around you, and that's very attractive to your crush too. I feel like you're very elegant and simplified in how you dress. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like you just have excellent carriage, you know, sort of, again, almost like a dancer. You have excellent posture. But you don't take yourself so seriously, and that's great. And you've also moved away from and garnered an understanding of what it was like to be mistreated or held down by narcissists and sociopaths. So you now are in your power, and that's very attractive because you will never stand for that again. You understand your value. You understand things. You have acquired wisdom in that, and it comes through for sure. And I feel like you also have a really great smile. Like, I keep picturing that in my head, and that is very attractive to them. When you smile, it transforms your face, and they really, really love that. Oh, that's really nice. Now we're going to choose an animal card for you too. Yeah, I feel like you exude a warmth. The moth spirit is surrender now. Yeah, so now what you do, this is very super clear. You've set your intention. You know you like this person. You know they're your crush. They know. You know they like these things about it. Now you simply put it away in your either invisible or your tangible wish envelope, jar, box, whatever it is, and you let it to begin. You have no desperation or impatience about this coming to be. You've already set the intention, you visualized it, and now you just let it go, and the universe is going to bring it to you. That's how it works. We don't suffocate the energy that's surrounding our love interest, because the universe already heard you, right? And it knows what's going to raise your vibration and make you happy as a person. You already have the moon magic pushing it and elevating it in your direction. And it's just simply, it's going to be like swept to you. So again, we calmly just wait for it to be delivered. Perfect, perfect. I love that for you guys. Okay, so don't forget to like and press subscribe if you're new. Press. And then all my links are below if you guys need a private read, because what's happening is a lot of people are contacting me because they're getting initial responses from their manifestations, and they need building blocks now because they're like, okay, I don't want to blow this. I feel like it came faster than I thought. And it is happening on like a crazy epic scale because you guys are understanding the simple premise of, hey, I don't have to be desperate or chase this. It's simply coming, and you visualize it, boom, that energy is magnified, and there it goes, it's placed in your lap. So good deal, you guys. I'm very excited for you. So, ooh, good. Let me know in your comments how it's going.